Hi, this is Joanne Hewins from lovetocreate.typepad.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I want to show you how to make this card. It's part of the Color Fusers blog hop for September. And our challenge this week was to use Mary Merlot, Mossy Meadow, Rococo Rose, and Night of Navy. So those are the four colors that I'm going to be using today. So let's get started on making this card. I'll be using today the Beautiful Friendship stamp set. This is in the annual catalog, and also some words from the very Versailles stamp set that's also in the annual catalog. I'm going to start with a piece of Mary Merlot. This is 5.5 by 8.5. I've scored it halfway through at 4 1/4, and we'll just fold this. I'll still match my corners as best I can, even though I've scored it. It's not always exactly right. And then I'll bring in my boom folder to burnish those corners. Now the next thing I'm going to do is cover this with a piece of the script from the Designer Series paper packs. Night of Navy is now part of the neutrals. So this is in the neutrals Designer Series paper stack, the 6x6. And I wanted just a tiny bit of my card base to show through. So I cut this at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 so that it would almost cover the entire thing. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. Now I'm using glue today. It's about out because I can have a little bit of give with that sometimes to help me get it centered or straight on the card base. I still usually do diagonal corners, hold it in my hand until I kind of feel like it's straight, and then I'll put it down. Maybe not perfect, but pretty good. Okay, and now we're ready to stamp the images for the card. So I'm going to do all of that on Whisper White scraps that I have. So I'll go through with these, and I hate to say it, but yes, they are fussy cut. But these are really not hard things to cut. You don't have to be that exact with it. So you're going to need 2 of the Night of Navy hydrangeas. Don't you just love the detail and the differentiation in color? These are the distinctive stamps. Stampin' Up! Has these on patent pending right now, but they just are gorgeous. So you needed 2 of the Night of Navy hydrangeas. You're going to need 3, well, let me move this so you can see it, 2 of those. You're going to need 3 of these sprigs, and they are in Mary Merlot. So let me stamp 3 of those. Like I said, you're going to cut those out. You're going to need 3 of the Rococo roses. Let me pull in some more scrap here, and I'll do 3 of those. And then those roses have a little inside to them that are in the Mary Merlot. So let me bring that back. And we'll just do this little inside for that. And then we have a lot of leaves. So I think I counted up that there are really 2 kinds of leaves in this set, a 3-leaf and a 2-leaf. And I think I have 4 of the 3-leaf and 5 of this. And they are in the Mossy Meadow. So let me do 4 of these. And then we need 5 of the 2 prong. And then I'll just got a little bit more scrap here. Okay, and then those, like I said, are fussy cut, but they are really just go around, not that fussy with the fussy cutting, in other words. So I went ahead and I've cut these out just in the interest of time. But you can see I moved around a little bit on there. Some are maybe a little bit more cut than others. Here are my roses. And then we'll just, so what we're going to work on now is the actual putting together. But let me go ahead and do one other thing. We have a saying that we're going to put on the front. And that is from the very Versailles stamp set. We're going to do it in Mary Merlot. And that's not straight, but we're actually just going to cut around that. So I'm just going to leave it. Well, actually, I'll go ahead and cut. Now, this might not end up being very straight. You could use your, in fact, let's do that. I'm going to stamp it again, and we'll use the trimmer to make that a little bit straighter. That's actually a lot straighter than the other one. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer and I'm going to cut there. And then we'll cut here. Okay, and that's good enough for that. Okay, so we've got all our parts. So let me bring in the front of the card. And what I did is I started with the larger pieces, and the one up here, the hydrangea up here, I glued that one down. But I kind of kept the glue toward the center because I'm going to want to put some stuff under there. Okay. So I'm going to add that one kind of toward the center or toward the top up there. And then this one I'm going to put on dimensionals. And again, we're going to want to put some stuff up under there. So I'm not going to put it to the edge super close. I think sometimes people look at a card like this and think, oh, that's just too hard to do. And really and truly, they are not hard. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and glue on my saying. Okay, I think this glue's about had it. I'm going to put it right up here. All right, now for these little fronds, what I'm going to do is put a glue dot down here at the end, and then I'm going to put a dimensional. Let me see if I've got some of the small ones in this pack here. Well, of course not. Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm going to put one of these small ones here. So I'm going to do that on all 3 of them. Put the dimensional at the end, one at the far end, and the glue dot of the inside part. Okay. And I'm just using this one to kind of give me an idea of where to put those. But it's really wherever you want them. Wherever you think they'll look good. Okay, so there's that. Next I'm going to put on the flowers, and I'm just going to put glue on those. Okay, I think another one has bit the dust here, and I didn't mean to put that much on it. Okay, I want to take this pen and just kind of make sure that that is open. Oh, that did it. And then I'm going to just add in some flowers here and there. Oops. Okay, and then I've got the leaves to add. And what I did with that is I just did a glue dot on the ends of those. So I'm just going to take the 3-leaf ones real quick and just add them, add a glue dot there. And then I'm just going to put those around. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing with these. Now you'll notice I didn't do a very good job down here at the end cutting those out. I just kind of clipped them across because it's not going to show. It's going to be back behind the flower. Okay, so here's one. We'll put one near the sign here. Okay, and there you go. There's the front of the card. Pretty simple. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the inside of this card. And for the inside, I'm using Whisper White, and I'm just stamping. So let's go through the process that I used to get that inside done. Okay, so I'm going to start with my largest piece, which is the hydrangea. And I'll ink that up and just kind of put it in the corner. And then little by little, I just added the other pieces. It's kind of like flower arranging, I guess, except I'm not really sure how to do that. But I just took the pieces that I had used on the front and just added them in to finish making that card on the inside. So I did 3 of the flowers, and I just let them hang off the side. That's okay. We'll bring the Merlot back and do the center. And then I've got the leaves left to do. And so that will be in Mossy Meadow. And I'm just going to add those wherever I would like to have them, or wherever I think they're needed. One needs to go there. Probably we'll add some of this one here. And I may just use the 2-leaf for this one and not even bother with the 3. Okay, that looks like enough to me. And then we'll bring the Merlot back to do the saying on the inside, again from Very Versailles, always thinking of you. And we'll try to get it straight. There we go. And then all that remains will be to glue that onto the inside. And I seem to be having some trouble with that. Always something, isn't it? And I don't have my snail with me right now. There we go. Okay. And after this video, I will be throwing this one in the trash. Okay, we're just going to leave it. It's got a little dab there. And you remember how on the front I cut the paper so that the Merlot barely stuck out. And I did the same with the inside of this card. So it just has a small little border of the Merlot around the outside. So here are the 2 cards. And really not as hard as it might look. If you need supplies to make this card, please contact me at lovetocreate.typepad.com. I would love to be your demonstrator. I would love to help you in any way that I can. I am in the United States. Thanks so much for joining us, and enjoy the blog hop. Thanks. Bye-bye.